Hello friends, today we are going to be looking into Java abstraction concept part 2. From this topic, we are going to be find answer for three different questions. Okay, so this is the three different questions. First, we have to find the answer for this first question. Now I'm going to be create class under this javaoops.com. So the class name is abstract class. Now I'm going to be create abstract class. For abstract class, we need to check this abstract checkbox, right? So here I'm going to be give the abstract name. What I have to do first. Okay, super abstract. Abstract class. So why I gave super means from this abstract class only we are going to be called the method one, right? So that reason I gave super abstract class. So now abstract class successfully created. How we can ensure using this abstract keyword. Now I'm going to be create abstract method. Abstract void print company name. So this is the one method. Another one method is abstract void print college name. So this is the two abstract method I created under abstract class. This abstract method does not have any method body. So that reason the method body we are going to be implemented in subclass. Okay, which is we are called this abstract method inside subclass. Okay, now I'm going to be create subclass 1. So here I'm going to be create subclass A. So here I'm going to be implement this abstract method inside subclass A. So how we can implement using the extends keyword, right? Extends. What is the abstract class name? Super class. So here you can able to see one warning error will be through the subclass name, right? So go move on cursor here. It will be showing add unimplemented method because already abstract class having two methods. So that reason once we can extend the abstract class, it will be showing add and implement method. So now I'm just click on here. So here you can able to see the override annotation will be displayed for each method. So what is the question? Should I override an annotation when implementing abstract method in Java? Answer it. It is not mandatory to use this annotation while override the method. Okay. Then what is the use of the override annotation? Exactly. So here why we are using override annotation means, for example, so which method you are using? Abstract method only. Yeah, we are going to be implemented inside subclass, right? So that time mistakenly you gave a wrong method name or wrong parameter type, that time we are not able to achieve override, right? If in case if we are using an override annotation, that time that override annotation will tell you this is the wrong method name, this is the not a abstract method, you are wrongly given the method name. If you want to achieve, please give the correct method name. Like that, that override annotation will correct you. Okay, so this is the way we are using override annotation. Otherwise, you no need to use this annotation inside subclass. Okay, when you are implementing abstract method inside subclass. Okay, and also if you are using override annotation, it is useful for improves the readability of the code. So this is the use of we are using override annotation, but most of probably programmer will avoid for using this override annotation because obviously after extends this abstract class, this abstract method only it will be implemented. Okay, so now I don't want use here, I just remove it. Okay, you just tell it is not mandatory. Okay, so here I'm going to be give syswo. So the same way I'm going to be give college name. What is the college name? So I just give Anna University. Okay. This is the two method I implemented successfully inside subclass A. Okay. The same way I'm going to be create another one subclass. The subclass name is subclass B. Subclass B. So here also I'm going to be implement the abstract method. How I can use? Using the extends keyword, I'm going to be implement that abstract one method. Okay. So now I'm going to be implement this abstract method. Here I'm going to be remove this override one. So now I'm going to be give syswo. The same way I'm going to be give syswo college name. Here I'm going to be give Annamalai University. So now I created two subclass. Okay. The subclass A, subclass B. So here I just consider abstract class as a superclass. Why means I am extend the abstract class only. So using this extends keyword only, I implemented abstract method inside two subclass. Okay. Now I'm going to be create main class. Why means I'm going to be run those subclass methods. So what are the method I implemented inside subclass? Those method I'm going to be execute inside main class. Okay. So here I'm going to be create main class, which is main abstract class. Okay. So here now I'm going to be create main method. So already I told you we are not able to assign new keyword for abstract class. So I'm just show to you. Here we are going to be create object for class. Using that object only we are going to be access implemented method name, right? Here what is the super class? Super underscore abstract class. This is the name. Okay. Super abstract class. I just give apps. Okay. And new super abstract class. So here it will be throw the error. So I just remove it. So once I can assign the new keyword, automatically those abstract method will be implemented inside, right? So this is the wrong one. I just remove here. I want to create object for abstract class. This new keyword does not allocate any space for abstract class. Okay. So that reason we are going to be implement upcasting. Now I'm going to be slide. Then how to override abstract method in a subclass? So for the second question, already I told you. So this is the way we are going to be implement abstract method inside subclass using the extends keyword. Okay. What is the third question? Why do we use upcasting in case of abstract class? This is the very important because we are not able to create new keyword for abstract class. So that reason we are going to be utilize upcasting concept for accessing abstract method, right? So here now I going to be implement abstract. Sorry, I'm going to be implement upcasting concept. Okay, so I just remove it. Now I'm going to be create object for abstract class. Abstract equal. So again I repeat you, we can able to create object for abstract class, but we are not able to assign new keyword for abstract class. So that reason we are totally avoid for new keyword. That's the reason here we are going to be implement upcasting concept. So here new. So which class method we are going to be execute now? Subclass A. Subclass A. So I just give A. So again I'm going to be Using this reference variable, I'm going to be execute subclass A. So obviously you have some doubt. Here we are creating object for abstract class only. How the subclass A method will be executed? Inside upcasting concept, in which class you are assigning that new keyword, the JVM going to be allocate space for that class only. Here abstract class totally different from the normal class. Okay, here we are assigned a new keyword for subclass only. So now the subclass underscore A, this class method will execute. So this is the answer for upcasting concept. Okay, so here I'm going to be execute print college name and APSA print company name. Okay, the same way I'm going to be execute subclass underscore B. So super or else using APSA equal to, you can create a global object for here. Okay, you just trim. So at that time it will be showing change AP static because this main method is static one. Okay, so that time we can change like that one. The static will support static only, but non-static will support both static and as well as non-static. Okay, please remember this concept. Now I'm going to be create subclass B. Using this object, I'm going to be execute subclass B method. Print college name. Okay, so here again I repeat you. So this is the upcasting. Okay, here, so which class having the new keyword, that class method only will be execute. But here abstract class only consider as a super class. So here we are implementing the super class method inside subclass. So that reason now I am going to be execute subclass method. Then how I can execute using the upcasting concept. Okay, now I'm going to be execute this one. See, everything executes successfully. Right? This information, this Indian software, right? So this is the answer for why do we use upcasting in case of abstract class. Okay, so this is the three different questions very important in abstract concept.